Dear Chapin Christian Community Church, we are Julia and Angelica Quirino. My husband is Brazilian. I am from Bolivia. We are so grateful for your partnership with our ministry. We are working under Africa Inland Mission. The mission of our organization is to see Christ-centered churches established among all African peoples. There are challenges everywhere, but we also have many opportunities. We read in 1 Corinthians 16:9, "For a great and productive door has opened to me, and many are adversaries."
Well, some of the doors of opportunities God has opened are those ones here. We have moved to Columbia, South Carolina in February 2024. So now we are preaching the gospel to Muslims and Afghan refugees here in Colombia. We are training missionaries and candidates for missions as well.
We have started a Bible study with a few Muslims who are gradually understanding the true identity of Jesus Christ. One of them is an Islamic teacher.
So we plan to offer also informal counseling to those students, knowing that despite those people are very smart, many of them, they struggle with loneliness, sadness, and depression.
We also continue mentoring our spiritual sons and daughters in Africa.
We are also rescuing Pakistani families from severe religious persecution. We are also involved in the outreach of PhD students, Muslim students at the University of South Carolina. We are involved also with the International Friendship Ministries, IFM. One of our greatest stories that we have to share with you is about our daughter in faith, Sophia. Sophia came to Christ in 2002. So, being from Somalia, she suffered a lot of persecution, hostility, and death threats. And that's only in her first year as a Christian. Since then, she became a very fruitful missionary, and today Sophia is running a missions school, training missionaries to reach out the Muslim communities. A few days ago, July 27th, they had a beautiful graduation of 18 students. They are now ready to go to the mission field.
Among them are Fardosa and Dawoodi. Fardosa is from Somalia. Sophia led her to Christ, and we are having the privilege of discipling this couple online once a week.
So may the Lord bless you all. Thank you so much for praying with us, staying with us, standing with us. God bless you.
Hi, my name is Ryan Miller.
I'm Catherine, and we are on staff of the college ministry called Campus Outreach.
Our mission statement is to glorify God by building laborers on the college campus for the lost world. We accomplish this mission primarily through sharing the gospel with students, discipling them, and teaching them to do likewise.
We live in Columbia now, and fun fact, I grew up in Chapin and was baptized at this church. I went to USC for college. Ryan went to Presbyterian College in Clinton. Those are two of the colleges in our region, along with Clemson University, Benedict College, Western Carolina University, and Wofford College.
Within Campus Outreach, there are campus staff and there are resource staff. Catherine and I are resource staff, meaning we work in our regional office, doing some of the behind-the-scenes work necessary to keep our ministry running. So our Columbia region consists of about 30 staff across the 6 campuses that Catherine just named. My primary role is to handle our region's day-to-day finances, meaning I process donations for our staff, take care of bookkeeping, reimbursements, and payroll.
And I work part-time in the office handling human resource needs, like helping potential staff through the hiring process, helping launch out staff to new roles after CO, and managing our employee benefits and insurance policies. When I'm not in the office, I'm at home with our 2 sweet girls, Laurel, who is 2, and Dorothea, who is 7 months old.
A couple of challenges that we've heard from some of our campus staff in this season of ministry are that college students are increasingly more apathetic towards religion and Christianity and harder to connect with in general due to increased media exposure, increasingly progressive nature of our culture, amidst other challenges. But even amidst these challenges, many students are open to have meaningful spiritual conversations and are in fact longing for real relationships with real people.
Yeah, so while our roles are primarily in the resource office, since we are in Columbia, we have the privilege of ministering personally to students at USC as well. So one experience that's really stuck with me was getting to know a student who had no background in the church. When we read the Bible together for the first time, I got the chance to talk with her about everything from the chapters, the big number, and the verses, the little number, to who King David was and how the books of the Bible come together to form one big story. It was such a privilege to share God's word with her.
Zooming out more broadly to share about what God has done in our region as a whole, last school year we saw about 40 students profess faith in Christ, and we saw students read the Bible for the first time. Many became members of their local church and were baptized and are committing to Christian community, confessing and fighting sin, and sharing the gospel with their roommates and classmates, all for the first time. This year, we've had more students join for major CO events like our Summer Leadership Project and Winter Conference than in years past, which is encouraging. We've seen God mobilize several students to the nations through our postgraduate missions program. And this summer, we had about 30 staff and students participate in 3 what we call cross-cultural projects to Peru, San Diego, and New Zealand to give them all opportunity to taste ministry in another context and consider what God might have them do with their lives after college.
We are praying that God will continue to use campus outreach both in our Columbia region, across our nation, and internationally to build many gospel-centered relationships for His glory and for His kingdom. Thank you, Chapin Christian Community Church, for partnering with our ministry. We look forward to interacting with many of y'all this weekend.
Hi, my name is Mary Higginbotham. I'm the Executive Director of Good Works, a local ministry that serves our neighbors in need from Irmo to Newberry. We provide home repairs at no charge to our clients. Some of the home repairs that we do are roof replacements, septic systems, wells, we build handicapped ramps, we repair kitchens and bathrooms, and much more. Our goal is that our clients will have a home that is safe and dry. Good Works' mission is based on Matthew 25:40, where Jesus tells us that if we serve any of His children, that we are indeed serving Him. I invite you to join us to go out in the field and serve our neighbors in need, and to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Being here at Good Works and watching God work makes me think of one of my favorite songs. It's a song by Toby Mac called Steal My Show. And he says, I'm going to sit back and watch you go. And that really is truly what I do. And we all do, our volunteers here at Good Works, is we watch God work. And it really is, it's just awesome to watch and to see, especially amidst the heartache and the sometimes the sadness that we see that our clients are going through, but we see God working. And I'm reminded of this past year, we have been working with a family who lived in a home that was just deplorable. There's really no other word for it. The electricity was very poor. You couldn't turn on much more than a lamp or two without it, making other things turn off. And there wasn't even a doorknob that worked on one of the doors. It just was open all the time. The bathroom plumbing didn't work often. And as we were looking at this and trying to see how to tackle this big project, a property came open where we could move the family. And it happened right before the mother of the family told me. She said, Mary, my children don't want to go to this house anymore, the old house. Her little one would cry about going home and staying there in this place. And so to be able to see how God works And he made a house available. It came open at just the right time, and we could move them in there into a safe and dry and clean home where everything works, and her children were happy to be there, and they call it home. So I'm grateful for God's gifts to us, and thank you all for making it possible as well. God bless you.
My name is Susan Boland, and I'm the clinic director for the Good Samaritan Clinic in Chapin. We provide free medical health to the uninsured and underinsured in our communities. We are open on Thursdays beginning at 3 o'clock. We are staffed by volunteers, doctors, nurses, medical staff, interpreters, and administrative staff. And this has proven to be our biggest challenge in this year. We need medical providers. We cannot see patients without having doctors there to treat them. So we have had to close clinics several times this year. But there are also some great stories where we've been able to connect our patients through our partnerships in the communities and with hospitals. We've been able to get them extended medical care for their needs. We've had some patients that were approved at hospitals and were able to get some major treatment because they were approved at the hospitals. And so I think our God story is each one of our patients. They are so appreciative of the service that we provide, and we are appreciative of their service to us. Please keep them in your prayers as we go through this difficult challenge. And at the same time, I would like to thank Chapin Christian Community Church for their support to us through all these years. Thank you.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Walter Acuña y soy el director de campamento Brittney en Costa Rica. Nuestro campamento acá en Costa Rica tiene un objetivo, una misión, que es alcanzar a los niños con el Evangelio de Jesucristo a través de diferentes actividades que hacemos, pero el objetivo número uno es predicarle a cada niño acerca de Jesucristo. Nuestros mayores desafíos en nuestro ministerio es poder llegar a la comunidad. Vivimos en una comunidad llamada Atenas, aquí en Costa Rica. Es una comunidad cafetalera, ganadera, y también es una comunidad altamente católica. Nuestro mayor objetivo y desafío es poder llegar de una forma sabia, de una forma prudente, inteligente, llegar con el Evangelio de Jesucristo. Hemos ido avanzando poco a poco. Ya, gracias a Dios, nuestro campamento es un poco más conocido en la comunidad, y ya a lo largo de estos últimos 2 o 3 años hemos podido alcanzar muchas familias, muchos niños, y ha sido una gran bendición para nosotros. Otro desafío que tenemos, por supuesto, es la parte económica, todo lo que involucra sostener esta propiedad, a los misioneros, todas las actividades que generamos. También es un gran desafío en nuestro ministerio, pero estamos convencidos de que así como en todos estos años el Señor ha sido fiel, Él va a proveer para todas nuestras necesidades. Hablar de Campamento Brittney es hablar de muchas historias que marcan la vida de uno, especialmente porque las cosas que escuchamos vienen de niños con muchos problemas, niños que han sido abusados sexualmente, físicamente, son niños con muchos problemas. Hablar de una historia en particular, la verdad que son muchas, pero tal vez hay una increíble, para nosotros tal vez es algo trivial, algo sencillo. Hace poco, en el último campamento que tuvimos, en un día, una actividad especial que tenemos que se llama el picnic, les damos a los niños hamburguesa. Para ustedes que me escuchan, tal vez una hamburguesa es algo normal, que la pueden ir a comprar en cualquier momento. Para los niños con los que nosotros trabajamos, no. Y vimos que un niño comenzó a guardar su propia comida y a guardar pedacitos de hamburguesa en una bolsa, y le preguntamos por qué lo estaba haciendo. Y él decía que para su familia era casi imposible comer una hamburguesa. Entonces él estaba guardando los pedacitos para poder llevar a su familia. Historias como estas tenemos en casi todas nuestras temporadas de campamento. Cómo podemos ver a Dios trabajando en nuestro ministerio es una forma increíble. hemos llegado a entender que este ministerio no podría caminar si no es con la presencia de Dios en nuestra vida, en nuestro ministerio. A lo largo de 21 años, nosotros hacemos campamento completamente gratis para los niños. Ningún niño paga absolutamente nada. Ningún niño tiene que invertir dinero para poder venir y escuchar el Evangelio. Tampoco las personas que vienen a trabajar y ayudar con nosotros. Es por eso que a lo largo del año podemos compartir con iglesias en Estados Unidos, con personas aquí en nuestro país, que entienden cuál es nuestro ministerio, que comparten cuál es nuestro ministerio y año tras año tras año nos ayudan económicamente para poder traer a casi 300 niños en toda una temporada. Así que el ver a Dios por casi ya 21 años proveyendo para cada temporada ha sido una de las cosas más maravillosas que nos ha podido pasar. Durante todos los meses de enero traemos alrededor de 80 niños por semana de diferentes lugares muy pobres de nuestro país, aquí en Costa Rica. Y nuestro objetivo y nuestra filosofía siempre ha sido que el niño no pague absolutamente nada. Estos niños vienen a nuestro campamento, se les da comida, se les da hospedaje, se les da transportación. Además, tenemos un programa para ellos acerca de todo lo que es la Biblia, tenemos juegos, tenemos piscina, tenemos fútbol. Pero el objetivo número uno es que ese niño se vaya de aquí escuchando el mensaje de salvación. Así que les pido que puedan orar por nosotros, y si alguna de las personas que está viendo este video desea ser parte, ya sea económicamente o venir a ayudar y ser parte del equipo, nos gustaría que nos escriba. Ahí va a aparecer un mail y va a aparecer la información en donde usted puede escribir o enviar su donativo, su ofrenda, para que muchos niños puedan venir aquí a disfrutar. Por toda una semana incluye hospedaje, alimentación, transporte y todo lo que implica nuestro campamento. Son $60 por niño. Así que si a usted le gustaría ser parte, por favor, entre a nuestra página web, que aquí aparece todo el detalle, y sea parte de que un niño pueda escuchar el mensaje de salvación. En nombre del Campamento Brittney y de todo el equipo, queremos decirle a la iglesia de Chapin muchas gracias, porque ustedes han sido parte de cientos y cientos de niños que han escuchado el mensaje de salvación. Les amamos con todo el corazón. Que Dios les bendiga.
Hi, I'm Brian Fellers, Executive Director of One by One to Jamaica. I'm honored to lead this organization that's dedicated to fostering hope, education, and economic development in the Harmons Valley of Jamaica. We are passionate about building communities and empowering lives for people to reach their full potential.
Hi, my name is Ryan Campbell, Jamaican Operations Director. Here at One by One to Jamaica, we exist to glorify God and make disciples by empowering lives. It is the mission of One by One to Jamaica to show the love of Jesus through education, medical initiatives, discipleship, and economic development, so that Jamaican and American lives can be transformed.
Two of our biggest challenges are in material and spiritual poverty. Material poverty refers to the lack of basic physical necessities such as food, clean water, shelter, and healthcare. Those experiencing material poverty often struggle to meet daily needs, leading to malnutrition, poor health, inadequate housing, and limited access to education and employment opportunities. This form of poverty can trap individuals. It can trap them in a cycle of hardship and vulnerability, making it difficult to improve their circumstance without external support and intervention. Spiritual poverty, on the other hand, involves a lack of purpose, hope, and sense of meaning in life. It can manifest itself as feelings of emptiness, loneliness, and disconnection from God and their community. Both material and spiritual poverty present significant challenges, hindering individuals from achieving their full potential and living fulfilling lives. Addressing these forms of poverty require a holistic approach that considers both the physical needs and the emotional and spiritual needs.
Every life has the potential for greatness. Some just need some love, support, and beliefs to unlock that potential. Empowering lives is more than just helping with a one-time need. It's investing in someone's journey. It's walking alongside of them through their trials. It's nurturing them in their dreams until they can stand tall by themselves. This is the power of empowerment. It's the ability to transform not just one life, but total communities so that they can experience and believe that there is a possibility of a brighter future. This is a story of how God turns tragedy into triumph by using people just like you. Shamika and Tamika Ellis were inseparable twins. In 8th grade, they experienced a huge tragedy when their mother and little brother were tragically taken from them. They found themselves in a pit of despair and hopelessness and homelessness. It's amazing how God shows up and reveals himself to help people in the midst of their tragedy. He called Steve and Wendy to come alongside Shamika and Tamika, to invite them into their family, to provide resources for them, to mold them, to shape them, to empower their lives. They did very well in school. They succeeded, and I'm happy to tell you that this November, they both graduate from the University of West Indies with a 4-year RN nursing degree. We have hundreds of stories just like this. We sponsor 325 children. When we started our sponsorship program, kids in Harmons went through average of the 2nd grade. Now they go through 10th grade. We're not going to stop until we get them through high school. And we're very proud of the fact that this year we have 29 students working on a 4-year college degree, and 10 of those will graduate this coming May. God uses people just like you to empower lives. So we like to say, changing lives by changing lives. Thank you, Chapin, for all of your support.
Hi, my name is Lisa Kerr. I am the Executive Director at Lighthouse for Life. We are a local nonprofit based in the Midlands of South Carolina, and it's our mission to fight sex trafficking by both empowering community members, first responders, businesses, really anybody that we can about what the realities are so that they can protect those they love and help us to identify and report situations. We also come alongside survivors to help them in their healing journey, which is not an easy road for them. There are definitely many hardships and obstacles with this industry, with this fight. Probably one of them being just the vast magnitude of the realities of sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, or human trafficking rather, is becoming the #1 criminal industry, overtaking the drug market in prevalence, and is blindsiding so many of our family members, church members, youth, friends that we don't even know, because people don't know what to look for and how to identify this fight, and that's just not okay. Also, this is probably the most complex trauma that an individual can face. So coming alongside and supporting their healing journey can feel really overwhelming sometimes too. Think about somebody who has been raped over 2,000 times a year, and then add to that addictions, physical abuse, maybe forced abortions, kids, educational deficits, criminal records, disconnection from family and community, and so many other things, and you're just getting a taste of what we're trying to come alongside and support. But there have been success stories, and there's definitely a phrase that we use a lot around here that says, God is on the move, because we just sit back in awe of how His light in Lighthouse for Life draws people to Him, and how He does bring that hope and healing that so many of them need. And I just wanted to share one story with you. So Survivor L came to us back in June of 2023 last year with her son. She had really been going through a roller coaster of just trauma and relapse and instability in her healing journey and needed to find some structure and some stable support. We were able to provide a birthday party for them, for their son, soon after they arrived, and introduce them to some new friends. And then we started to support her through case management and get some housing support for a while, some food and clothing and basic necessities. We helped her get a job, become more comfortable with her finance management, to find some community and really support her mentally, emotionally, and spiritually through a lot of needs. In her words, everyone working at the program understands that each of us survivors have very different needs and expectations. They all are fully supportive and loving and meet me where I am. I have never had such an amazing group of people who genuinely want me to succeed and find my happiness and love me for who I am, will help me figure out exactly who I want to be. I have had nothing but full support from everyone here. I was scared to work one-on-one with a care coordinator. She has become such an important part of my life, someone who, for the first time in my life, I know I can trust and has the purest intentions and respect for my decisions and feelings. I was scared when I first entered the program that I would have to conform to their idea of religion. Instead, I was solely loved upon and given the freedom to find my own religion, and they never changed how they treated me or spoke to me before or after I found Christ. Amazing group of people here. Not only has Survivor Elle been baptized, but so has her son. And when he first came to us, he was really emotionally traumatized by his dad and just some unhealthy situations that they came out of from in there. But since his baptizing, he started praying for his dad on a regular basis. And one day they received a phone call that his dad had been clean from using for a month. And his little response, his face lit up and he said, "Wow, God really does hear my prayers." Yes, he does. He hears all of their prayers. In fact, it's because of the cries of people and his heart for them that Lighthouse for Life even exists. And we are thrilled to get to come alongside and help people to find him in their story. Survivor Elle and her son, she has a stable job. They have their own apartment, and both of them are really thriving.